When I was young, well, not that young, much better. I thought our family always have a mom and a dad. Now, don't get me started with 2 moms and 2 dads because those were not existent back then. And even now because it's China, you know what I mean? But after knowing some of my friends, growing up in a single parent family made me appreciate that both my parents are together. However, I grew up almost 10 years of my childhood without my dad in the picture because he was away working and earning money in order to support the family. Most of my childhood memories consisted of me being quiet, being beat up by my mom and my teachers. Beating was normal back in the days in China. I was excellent at not talking and socializing. That's what I do best. Oh, and I had my first crush in 3rd grade and I think he liked me too. But who knows, I left the country before we could meet again. During that 10 years of my childhood, my dad did visit us about 2 times, I think. At least that's what I remembered. The first time he came home to see us, I asked my sister, "Who is this guy?" Being a little kid, my dad appeared to be like a giant and that scared the poop out of me. Plus, I grew up without an adult male figure for 10 years, so seeing one and being in the same house for a week was scary. During the visit, my dad didn't talk to us much. He and my mom haven't seen each other for several years, and unlike today, there were no computers, no internet, no Skype, no Facebook, basically nothing. Except the good old sturdy phone with wires attached and sending physical letters. Yeah, hashtag long distance relationship, hashtag lack of technology. They had a lot to catch up, and us kids, well, we just be on the side and play with the treats that my dad bought for us. After coming to a whole new world, country, interaction between us kids and our parents became less and less. Both my parents worked day and night, and my mom eventually handed down the house chores to my older sister. So my sister had, well, even until today, is like a mom to me and my little brother. We took care of each other, or more like my sister took care of the whole family. My older brother was in his own world during those times because he was a brat, like me, or me, like him. I used to think that my parents don't really care about us, and my dad will always tell us to study harder and get good grades in school. I thought that was the only thing that he cared about, so I wanted my parents to be proud of me. I did study hard and got high grades, but the more I studied, the more miserable I became. Eventually, I hit depression. I began to question what's the purpose of life, what's the point of working so hard, and that one day I would be dead anyway. There were times where I even wished that how nice it would be that I wasn't even born into this world.
Hey, you don't want to be born? I want to be born.
Well, go before me then.
Oh, you wish it was this easy.
I used to resent my parents for not spending time with us, the kids. I know I was a brat. I need my parents' attention. It wasn't until the 2nd year of college, as I was studying for architecture, my parents came to my school just to bring me food at 9 p.m. They could have gone to sleep early that night, but they didn't. Also, they didn't tell me they were coming, but luckily I had enough of the project for the night and decided to go home instead of putting an all-nighter. And you know how awesome an all-nighter is? Yeah, it's not awesome. It's really bad. It's bad for your body, bad for your health, mental, brain, yeah, everything. So I don't recommend it. If you can sleep, sleep, because you will regret it when you grow older. Also, I have a confession to make right here, right now. I have the tendency of not feeding my stomach when I'm busy. So yeah, sorry stomach.
I hate you a long time ago. Just feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me.
My mom knows exactly the kinds of an idiot I am, so she dragged my dad to come to school with her just so they can feed me. As I walked down the stairs, I was surprised to see 2 familiar faces. These 2 look like my mom and dad. Oh wait, they are! I didn't want to eat, so I told them, let's just go home. I fell asleep on the train, and you know how Chinese moms are? Well, my mom started to stuff food in my mouth, feeding me like a baby. Yeah, it was an embarrassing sight, seeing an adult feeding a grown-ass young adult on the train. But you know what? I ain't got the energy to care about my image. Well, maybe a little bit. I did get a little bit annoyed that my mom was feeding me. But then again, what's a better way of showing your love to your kid when the kid looks like half dead? Or like a zombie? You just have to feed them. Because food makes stomach happy. It also makes everyone happy. Right, stomach?
Yep, just feed me food. I love food. I love food.
Thinking back on it, I am deeply moved and fully respect my parents.